Half Dozen Customs. Today we got a little bit of a unboxing video. It has to do with the Monte Carlo. So tune into our Monte Carlo videos to actually see what we're going to do with all this stuff. But I figured I'd unbox what we got. Some of it's some pretty nifty stuff. I think it's something that I've never owned before. So I figured I'd unbox it and we'll make a little video of it and then follow up in the Monte Carlo video to see it being used and what we do with it. Okay, so what we got, if you guys do follow around with our Monte Carlo videos, I have talked about getting the headers done for the Monte Carlo. We have a set of headers that came off of that motor. They're short tube headers. They're long tube headers, but they're smaller headers. I have two different sets. I have some that are like super long, and then I have some that are shorter than those. We're planning on using the shorter of the long tube headers, but they're all rusty. So what I want to do is I want to sandblast them and clean them up, and we're going to spray them with some heat paint. Check out the Monte Carlo video to see what kind of heat paint we are using. And then once we get them painted, we're gonna wrap them with exhaust wrap. So I picked up this kit off of Amazon. Comes with a couple of rubber gloves, and then it comes with the steel zip ties. Steel, metal, whatever they are, they're black. So this stuff here, I wanted to do titanium look, and Colleen wanted to do black. There's a lot of black going into this vehicle. If you watch Monte Carlo, we have some custom painted valve covers and air cleaner on there, and that stuff's not staying on there. It is going black. So I wanted a little color when you open the hood, so I wanted to do the headers in titanium. She wanted black. So we compromised, and it's black and titanium interlaced, interwoven. It almost looks like carbon fiber. So that's what we're gonna go with on that. I got 2 rolls of it. Each roll is 50 feet. So I'm hoping that is enough to do both headers. But now what I really wanted to unbox, sorry I moved the camera in the middle of talking, Colin tells me not to do that. So this is what I wanted to unbox here. Now I purchased this off of Amazon, and we will put the link down below if you are interested in it. But this is another kit that goes with the header wrap that we ordered. It comes with a nice pair of gloves. When you're doing that header wrap, you want to make sure that you're wearing gloves, because it's like fiberglass, and it will tear your hands up and you'll be all itchy and whatnot. So the header wrap stuff that's in here gives you some rubber gloves with it. This kit gives you a nicer set of rubber gloves. I wish they were a little bit bigger. I have big hands, but I bet they'll fit regardless. They give you a little bag to put everything in, which is nice that they give you that. This was in here. And what this is, I had to look up what this was because I wasn't sure what it was. And what it is that when you open your zip ties, you stick your zip ties in there, and it's a zip tie holder. Normally, when I have zip ties, the plastic ones at least. I always just put a zip tie around my bunch of zip ties, and then as you pull one out, you can, you know, one or two out, and it starts to loosen up. You just tighten up your zip tie, and it continues to hold them. And that's what this replaces. Will I use it? I don't know, but it's kind of a nifty idea. I'll probably use it with these metal ones. They give you several different lengths of these black metal ones. They're each 50 pieces. And then, you know, 300 millimeter, 200 millimeter lengthwise. And then we got some super long ones, 400 millimeter. I ordered those because the ones that they give you with these wrap kits that we got, I just didn't think that there was enough of them for, like, if you were doing an exhaust pipe and you're clamping at one end and then clamping at the other end, you know, that's fine. You're only going to use a couple of them. But with headers, each header tube is going to need one at the top and the bottom. And then when we wrap the bottom part where it hooks to the exhaust, you'll need one at the beginning and one at the end there. So they didn't send enough, so I needed more of them. Comes with some little clippers for clipping them, which is nice. They give you this little tool, which is for unlocking them. It's pretty much just a cheap little flathead screwdriver, but that came in there. But this is the main reason why I grabbed this kit. So once you zip it up hand tight, you stick this over the metal strip, and when you squeeze it, it pulls your metal zip tie as tight as you can get it with this set of pliers. And then while you have this squeezed and you're tightening up your metal zip tie, it has this arm, and you push it up and it cuts the zip tie right at the end of where you have it pulled, and it's a nice clean cut. So, you know, they give you these, but you'll never get up tight and close to it with these. This gets you nice tight and close up to where it's zipping and holding that zip tie. So that is an awesome little tool to have. I've done header wrap several times and I've never had this tool. I've always just done it with pliers and then, you know, a pair of cutters like this. And, you know, I always try and do it as nice as possible, but this tool does it for you. It pulls it nice and tight and cuts it clean. So, like I said, this is not a sponsored video. I purchased this, but check out our Monte Carlo video coming up here in the next 2 or 3 weeks to see how all this works. But I thought that was a nifty little kit and thought I'd share it with you guys. I want to say, I'd have to look to be exact, but I want to say that this kit here was like 30 bucks. And then I want to say that it was right around 30 bucks for these. So it'll probably be, you know, right around 60 bucks for this, just what I showed you guys, the 250-foot rolls of the header wrap, and then this tool kit I think was right around 60 bucks. So tool kit I think was 30, and then same thing for the wrap. And then we also got the header paint, which, like I said, check out the Monte Carlo for that. And that was like 15 bucks. So for like 75 bucks, we're gonna get those headers cleaned up and get them wrapped, and or well, we'll get them painted and then get them wrapped for like 75 bucks. So whole reason that I'm doing this, like I said, they're rusty headers, but there's nothing wrong with them other than their rust. I know even with using the header paint on them, it's only a matter of time before they start to rust again. So we're going to get them cleaned up, we're going to get them painted, and then we're going to wrap them with the header wrap. And then they should look pretty for a very long time. As long as we get them wrapped up and they look good, they should be pretty for a very long time. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check out our Monte Carlo videos. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. Links are down below for this stuff. See you guys later. I'm out.